press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Okay, my dear students, last topic of the fluid mechanics, capillarity. You could have observed that there is rise, R-I-S-E, rise of water through xylem of a plant or a tree. From the root to different parts of the plant or a tree, water is being carried through fine pores. In front of a God in your house, in a puja room, when a cotton wick dipped in a oil, when lightened, it glows. In a cotton wick, there is rise of oil through a cotton wick is due to the property of surface tension. Say when a capillary tube, fine tube, glass tube with a narrow bore, say, assume that this is a glass tube with a narrow bore. I have written a magnified image here. So this radius is of the order micrometer. Means R is very less. A glass tube with a fine bore through which a small hair can be inserted easily. We call that as capillary tube. It is a thin glass rod with a fine bore, a narrow bore. When such a capillary tube, say, is dipped in a liquid, so here I have taken a glass container. Walls of this container is entirely, it is a glass, made of glass, and this liquid what we have taken is water. And water is more adhesive, means it can easily stick onto the walls of the container. In such liquid, if a capillary tube with a fine bore is inserted, what happens here is, these water molecules are adhesive, they can easily stick to the walls of the glass tube. As a result, and that is due to property of surface tension. Tension is a pulling force. Each molecule will pull the other. Because of pulling force, there is a property called surface tension. Due to the property of surface tension and water is more adhesive, there is rise in the level of fluid. Water level rises And we studied in the previous class, when liquid wet the glass surface, the shape of the meniscus looks like a concave upward. It will rise to a certain height. This H we call as a capillary rise. H is called capillary rise if the type of liquid taken in a glass tube is adhesive. If the same tube dipped in a mercury, here mercury is more cohesive. Mercury is more cohesive, does not stick onto the walls of the container. The same capillary tube when inserted in this type of fluid, what happens here is the mercury does not wet the glass surface, does not stick onto the walls of the capillary tube. And again, due to property of surface tension, what happens? There is a cohesive force of attraction between the molecules which does not stick. Hence, there is fall in the level of fluid. Understand this arrow mark. Here, the liquid is cohesive. This is also cohesive. The force of attraction between same molecule is cohesive force. Force of attraction between the water molecule is cohesive. Force of attraction between the mercury molecule is cohesive. But when glass tube is dipped in a liquid, the water wets, water adhere, water stick to the walls of the capillary tube, and due to that property of surface tension due to the property of surface tension, due to adhesive property of fluid, and because of surface tension of the fluid, there is a rise in the level of fluid up to certain height. But in this, there is drop, or we say there is a fall in the level. You just observe the meniscus here. The type of meniscus what we see in this is convex meniscus. When the type of liquid is cohesive, more cohesive. When liquid is more adhesive, the type of meniscus what we observe is a concave meniscus. Here, the angle of contact is less than 90. Here, the angle of contact is greater than 90. We say it is obtuse. And for mercury, this angle of contact is about 135 degree, and for pure water, this angle is about found to be 0. This is for adhesive liquid. For a liquid which is adhesive, the angle of contact is less than 90. For cohesive liquid, the angle of contact is greater than 90, that is obtuse angle what we have studied. Rise in the level of liquid or fall in the level of liquid due to the property of surface tension. And this phenomenon is called capillarity. It is the phenomena by which there is a rise or fall in the level of liquid due to the property of surface tension. With this idea, my dear students, now we have to obtain an expression for capillary rise that is H is equal to 2T cos theta divided by rho gr. An important formula, the capillary rise is equal to, I think you have understood this. Understand the concept clearly. You should know what is the meaning of capillarity. What causes the rise and fall of the fluid? If there is a rise of fluid, what should be the property of the fluid? And if there is a fall in the fluid, what should be that kind of fluid? You must have that sense. Now, important discussion of the today class is expression for capillary rise, that is H is equal to 2T cos theta divided by rho gr. Here the terms you can answer here itself. T is the surface tension of the fluid, where T is surface tension, theta angle of contact, rho density of the liquid that is taken, smaller radius of capillary tube, and you know G is acceleration due to gravity. Dear students, if not visible, but I need a space for here. Here H is 2T cos theta by rho gr. This is the point to be considered. You can say hero of this today class. 2T cos theta by rho gr, where H is capillary rise or capillary fall depending on theta. Depending on theta, this H may be rise or fall. E is surface tension of the liquid, given liquid. Rho, density of the given liquid. G, acceleration due to gravity. R is radius of capillary tube. To understand, you take the diagram along with me. Take a glass container filled with water. Now if you observe at the edge, there is a concave meniscus. With the help of a traveling microscope, if we observe here, it looks like a concave meniscus. Here also, water is adhesive. Water is adhesive. Water wets the glass surface. For better understanding, I just write an enlarged tube. For better understanding, I write some magnified image of the capillary tube. Due to the property of surface tension, there is rise in the level of fluid, and since it is cohesive liquid, the shape of the meniscus is concave. Water rises to a certain height, say H. Here also you can observe as like this. Since water stick to the glass plate, you can have this. Here also, small rise. You can view that there is a concave meniscus near the point of contact. With this idea, dear students, what we have taken here is water is more adhesive. For adhesive liquid, theta is less than 90 degree. That is acute angle. And for pure water, or we say distilled water, this angle of contact theta is 0. Because of this adhesive property, water stick to the glass plate, and by surface tension there is a rise in the level of fluid up to certain height. Now if I observe the various forces acting on the fluid, now the fluid is being dragged up. Fluid is being dragged up. There is a pulling force which always acts tangentially to the surface of fluid, and we call that as force due to surface tension, that is equal to T into L. There is a pulling force which always acts tangential to the surface of fluid, and that is given by the formula T into L, where T is surface tension, L is the length. Now to understand, my dear students, I just draw the magnified image of the meniscus, how it looks. Now the glass tube is, if I observe a glass tube is circular. The area of cross section of the glass tube looks like a circle. But if you observe the surface of a fluid which is in contact with the glass tube is circular when viewed from the top. I am writing the magnified view of a meniscus when it is viewed from the top, when viewed from top. From top, you say. What is happening? There is a pulling force which acts tangentially. And that pulling force which acts tangentially looks like this, which is dragging the molecule along the circumference of this imaginary circle. What is that? Force due to surface tension. Force due to surface tension, that is T into L. I write one thing, that is here. Here what I have shown is perpendicular, that is, on the surface of the fluid. Now this has to be taken along the circumference of the tube. There is a component here. Be careful with this. I am writing one angle. For the concave meniscus, I have drawn the tangent here. That tangential force with the surface of liquid in contact, the angle measured inside the fluid is called angle of contact. This I have written with magnified image. There is concave meniscus. So this is a tube. This is liquid here. Okay? Angle of contact, which is measured inside the liquid. Angle of contact is measured inside the liquid between the tangent drawn to the surface of liquid at the point of contact to the glass plate. Now this has to be resolved into two components here. Now this is theta, again this is theta now. The component of this along this direction is f cos theta and perpendicular to this is f sin theta. Resolving this f into two components, one along the circumference of the tube, which is tangential to the surface of fluid, and that force, that is f cos theta into L, that gives a force due to surface tension. F cos theta into L. Here, one second, the tangential force which acts along the circumference of the fluid per unit length. Force per unit length gives the force due to surface tension, as we studied in the regular class. But out of this f, which component here it is? F cos theta. F is equal to T into L, where T is a surface tension, L is entire the circumference of this entire circumference. I just redraw this. Okay. This one is theta here. This is a tangential force here. Again, this is theta. Component becomes here what? F cos theta. This F cos theta is a tangential force which acts along the circumference, and that vertical force F cos theta, it should balance the upward force, the upward net force acting should balance the downward weight of the fluid, the entire weight that comes here. In this tube, there is some amount of liquid here. That entire weight of the liquid is acting downward, and this force due to surface tension is pulling the liquid up. How long? Once there is equilibrium. That is, again my dear students, be careful in understanding that formula. Due to the surface tension, water rises. Up to what height it will rise? Until there is equilibrium. Means when equilibrium is reached, means there is a downward weight of the fluid in this entire glass tube. There is a weight of the fluid, that is mg, which is acting downward, and there is a net pulling force, dragging force upward due to the surface tension, that is F cos theta, and that force per unit length is always known as what? Surface tension. F is equal to what? Is equal to T into L. Here you should be careful what this L is. This L is acting, this force is acting on the entire circumference of the circle that is formed inside the tube. If you observe from the top, this entire inside the tube, when viewed from the top, you will have some circular form. Then what is the length of the circumference here? That is equal to T into 2 pi r. So therefore in this formula, M into G is equal to F is T into L. T into 2 pi r into cos theta. Dear students, be careful about this. If you understood, the entire derivation is over. Glass tube ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾರೋ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. someone is pulling that. Who is that? Force due to surface tension. On the circumference, you just imagine that there is a circular ring, and that circular ring is being carried up. By whom? By the property of surface tension. A circular ring anna ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಯಾರೋ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? The force due to surface tension which acts tangentially. A tangential force ಬರ್ದಿರೋದ ಇದನ್ನ. What is that force? F cos theta. F cos theta ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು? ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ force always acts tangential to the free surface of fluid. This is a free surface of fluid. The tangential force always acts surface here tangent ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. Surface tension always acts tangential to the free surface of liquid. Now one component of this F is pulling the liquid up. Who is that? F cos theta. Whereas this another component, this one F sin theta, will get cancelled here. If I solve this, you will have theta here. Again F sin theta you will get. Upward will be F cos theta. ಹಾಗಂತೇಳಿ 2F cos theta ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ. This horizontal component gets cancelled here. ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸುತ್ತ ನೀವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ F cos sin theta, F sin theta, F sin. ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಈ ಕಡೆ F cos theta, F sin theta, ಮತ್ತೆ F sin theta ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ F cos theta ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So with this F cos theta balances the downward weight, then mg is equal to force due to surface tension. By definition we have T into L, where L is circumference of the fluid, that is 2 pi r into cos theta. Copy this. Now, what M represents? Mass of the fluid. Density is mass by volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. Density into volume. Volume of the fluid that is contained in this cylinder. The cylinder, the capillary rise is H, and the area of cross section is taken as A. Density into volume, area multiplied by H. Since it is a cylinder, you can say pi r square H. That is, in this formula, mass is density into volume T into 2 pi r cos theta. Density of the fluid, volume, here volume is A into H, area of cross section is pi r square, where r is the radius of the cylinder, H is height, you can say, rho pi r square H is equal to T into 2 pi r cos theta. So finally, after simplification, pi cancel, 1r gets cancelled. So rho RH is equal to, one more G is left here, my dear students, G into rho RH is equal to 2t cos theta. Therefore, we need H here. H is equal to 2t cos theta divided by rho GR. Here the trick or the concept is this: at equilibrium, downward weight of the fluid in that cylindrical pipe is balanced by the vertical component of the force due to surface tension. When this is balanced, the entire liquid in that cylindrical column is at rest. For that cylindrical column, we said mass is equal to pi r square h into rho. Area multiplied by rho A h. A is pi r square, height h and rho. I repeat the same. Mass is density into volume. Volume is area multiplied by h. Area of cross section is pi r square into h. That is mass of the fluid. So after learning this, here the maximum derivation of the entire fluid mechanics is over. Now with this, you and us should be able to understand the results, important results here. Now for a pure water, you can start this. For a pure water, this theta is equal to 0, cos 0 is 1, so I can write H will be is equal to 2T divided by rho GR. Problems alli idina concepts na chennagi artha madkondo problem ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. First one. Now for a given fluid, say for a water, for pure water, T is constant, rho is constant, G is constant. We can say that H and R are inversely proportional. Taking these as a constant, you can write proportional to 1 by R. So important result is first one here itself, H proportional to 1 by R. So H1 divided by H2 is equal to inversely proportional R2 divided by R1. Since H and R are inversely related, inversely proportional, if we plot the graph of say capillary rise with R, here if I multiply this, H into R comes out to be constant. Taking 2T rho G for a given liquid as a constant, the product H into R is a constant means the nature of graph is rectangular hyperbola. Means if one is increasing, R is increasing, H is decreasing. So that means if I plot a graph of H versus R, it looks like a rectangular hyperbola. This you will get in your competitive, whatever we are discussing now, it is with respect to competitive only. Now in this, if radius of tube is halved, say you have two capillary tubes such that radius of one tube, second tube is half of the first, then H2 is, obviously it is doubled. Here in this only you can answer. If one is falling, other will rise. Here R is decreased by what value? 2, R by 2. That means H is doubled. So you can write like this, H2 by H1 is equal to inversely proportional R1 by R2. So I can write R divided by R by 2. Cancel. Therefore H2 will be is equal to, take to the numerator, so 2 times of H1. What I said? H and R are inversely proportional, or the product H into R is constant. If one is increased, other should be reduced. Vice versa. Suppose if R is tripled, then H is H by 3. Suppose if H is doubled, then R is halved. Such trick you can use while doing problems in your entrance. Now in this second type of problem is, say in a trigonometric cosine function, for cosine function, if you take the angles theta, say start from 0 here and say end with say 90, theta goes on increasing. Theta value increases, that is from 0 degree to 90. And if I take the cos 0 value, cos 0 is how much here? 1. And if I take cos 90, what happens now? So if I go from 0 to 90, what happens now? The value goes on decreasing. In the sense, if I write H is equal to 2t cos theta divided by rho g r. Now taking all these as a constant means given liquid T is constant, rho is constant, G is constant, R is constant. Means if I say if theta goes on changing from 0 to 90 degree, then what happens? The value of H should goes on decreasing. Suppose if I take for Mercury, theta is equal to 135, then cos 135 will be minus 1 by root 2, that is negative. Means for theta greater than 90, theta greater than 90, that is for Mercury. If you calculate the value of H, then cos theta becomes what? Negative. When cos becomes negative, you must say that there is a fall in level of liquid. Means H value becomes what? Negative in case of mercury. Means there is a depression in the level of liquid having angle of contact greater than 90. Okay. Now third point. So again in this formula, say I have 3 liquids here. Say rho 1 greater than rho 2 greater than rho 3. There is a container of densities rho 1, rho 2, rho 3. In that if I place a capillary tube, what will happen to theta? As you go from rho 1 to rho 3, density goes on increasing. What will happen to the value of theta, whether it is decreasing, increasing or remain constant? Question is, what happens to the value of theta When a capillary tube is dipped in 3 different liquids of densities, rho 1 greater than rho 2 greater than rho 3. Means first rho 1 liquid has greater density. As you change from rho 1 to rho 3, what will happen to the value of theta? Whether it is theta goes on decreasing or increasing, you should identify. Means say in this H is equal to 2t cos theta divided by rho gr. In this formula, what we can say, cos theta proportional to rho here. In this I take cos theta divided by rho. Taking all other terms are constant. If density is being increased, what will happen to the value of theta? Here theta comes out to be proportional to cos inverse of rho. As we just studied that as the value, say cosine cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0. Inverse of any value that will give us some angle here. Inverse of some value, say cos inverse of rho 1, cos inverse of rho 2, cos inverse of rho 3. If I take like this, you will get some angle. Means as this value increases, means ulta. If I am coming from this, rho 1 greater than rho 2 greater than rho 3 means in this value of rho 1 is greatest value, this one is greatest here. This one is what? Least. Sir, artha madkoli. Ee functional nodidre enagutte, if I start from 0 degree to 90, cos 0 is 1. Theta increases, theta value increases, whereas the cosine of that value is decreases. Ulta. Now let us take rho 1. Rho 1 is the maximum value. Maximum value is what? 1. For that, angle becomes what? Least. Whichever liquid has greater density, greater value, for that theta becomes less. If you understood this sequence, what we can write, my dear students, wherever you have some greatest value, the theta 1 is less than theta 2 less than theta 3. Since they have not mentioned here, taking H as positive. But the sequence artha madಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು 0 degree ಇಂದ 90 degree ಹೋದ್ರೆ cosine of that value goes on. If you go from 0 to 90, cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0. Now here they are not the angles, values. Means those values are being changed from 0 to 1. Rho 1 is the greatest, rho 3 is the least. Means if I change from rho 1 to rho 3, if I go from rho 1 to rho 3, value of rho goes on decreasing. When rho value decreases, means this rho is biggest value. Greater this value, you will have a smaller the angle. Okay, let us have this one example. Cos inverse of say 1 by 2. How much you will get? 60 degree. Cos inverse of say 1. How much you will get? 0 degree. Half idide enayitu? 1 ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು. 0.5. 0.5 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು? 1 ಆಯಿತು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ value is increased here, the angle decreases. Okay, now greater value has smaller angle. Greater density has shorter angle of contact. ಭಾಳ ಟೈಮ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಕೊಸೈನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪಕ್ಕಾ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದರೆ ಬೇಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆತ ಅನ್ಬೇಡಿಪ್ಪ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಡಿ. ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ. ನಾ ಬಟ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ H is ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಫಾರ್ H ಟು ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 90 ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಶುಡ್ ಲೈ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 0 and 90. For H to be positive, angle should lie between these values. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕಾಸ್ 90 ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್. ಏನು ಸರ್ ಇದು? ಆರ್ ಈಸ್ radius of capillary tube, R is radius of meniscus. Dear students, we already learned this. H is equal to 2t cos theta divided by rho gr. We have learnt it. To understand this, here many students will have some confusion. This small r is radius of the capillary tube that is inserted in a container filled with water or mercury. Now here, to understand what this is, what we are learning in this session is, so there is a capillary tube which is dipped in water, and due to surface tension the liquid level rises to certain height. And this H is a capillary rise. R is the small r is radius of the capillary tube. To understand this, I have taken a capillary tube of this shape, capillary tube. Means this becomes what? Diameter of the tube. Diameter. Half of the diameter gives what? Radius. Radius of capillary tube. This is center divide ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? Half of the diameter ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. That itself is called radius. Understood? Whereas capital R is radius of the meniscus. Now can you identify what type of meniscus we have? This is the meniscus. I have written an enlarged view of this meniscus while discussing the formula. It was something like a hollow sphere. Now this circular ring, when viewed from the top, this circular shape will has some radius, or this meniscus has some radius. That is the radius of the meniscus. ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಮೆನಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಥರ ಶೇಪ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀನು ಟಾಪಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಂಗನ್ನ ಬರೀ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬರೀ ಯು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಲೋ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಹಾಲೋ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. So now with this idea, now what I am writing here is, I remove this. Be careful in understanding, otherwise feel tough. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಲೋ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಕಂಡಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇದೀಗ, ಇದು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬರೆಯೋಣ. ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ವಿ, ಈ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಏನು ಕರೆದ್ವಿ, ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹಾಲೋ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಇದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸಾರಿ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್. ಈಗ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಈ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಕಣಪ್ಪ, ಅದೇನಾಯ್ತು ಹೇಳೋ, ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಿಗ್ನೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್. Now, see all of you here. This is the tangent, my dear students. Since it is a tangent, this angle is always 90 degree. Since it is 90 degree, these two are vertically opposite angles. This angle is also theta. Since it is theta, this angle should be how much? 90 minus theta. And this line, wall of the tube and this are perpendicular here. If it is 90 minus theta, this should be theta. When this angle is theta, you look a triangle of this shape, small r, this is capital R, this angle theta. Now from this just define cos theta here. Cos theta is what? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. This 90 degree irutte, opposite. 90 degree opposite. So cos theta is small r by capital R. Sir ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ. ಮೆನಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇದು, ಓಕೆ. ಎಡ್ಜಿಗೆ ವಾಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ದು ಸೆಂಟರ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಬೇಡ ಇದು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಎ ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆಂಟ್. Measure the angle. Angle is always measured inside the liquid. That is angle of contact. From the center, draw the radius here. These two are vertically opposite angles. Draw the radius of the tube. Small r is radius of the tube. Just to understand, complete the geometry here. Since this is theta and this is a tangent and radius, radius is perpendicular to tangent. Since this is theta, this angle is 90 minus theta. Since it is 90 minus theta, this angle should be theta. Then in this triangle I have defined cos theta is small r by capital R. With this, my dear students, now in this formula, capital R is equal to what I can write? Small r by cos theta. So replace h is equal to 2t. Again I write for your easiness, rho gr, small r. Small r is cos theta into capital R. Cos theta into capital R. Cos theta cancels. So now I need h into r is equal to 2t by rho g. This is needed to understand the effective length. Or effective length of capillary tube. Means if height of the capillary tube is not sufficient, ಏನು ಸರ್ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Say this is of normal height. Suppose if height of the capillary tube is insufficient, ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಒಂದು certain height ಇದೆ. Now I have a liquid, same liquid, but I am going to place another capillary tube of shorter height. Does it mean that water will flow off? ನೀರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲುತ್ತಾ? ಚೆಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. There is no outflow of fluid when capillary tube is having insufficient length. When there is insufficient height of a capillary tube, water athwa there is no outflow of a liquid, because h into r remains constant. This is needed to this what we have discussed here can be understood easily with this formula only. For a given fluid, density G and R is constant. Now when I have a capillary length, or you say height, which is insufficient, does water come out of the tube? No. Reason, h into r is always a constant. Means when h is small, what happens? R, capital R will increase, in the sense radius of the meniscus become large. Radius of a meniscus becomes large. To understand this, we need this explanation, my dear students. Last discussion of the chapter is, if you have a capillary tube, if it is turned, tilted by a certain angle, the height remains constant. When a capillary tube gets turned by or tilted by an angle theta, that capillary rise high h remains constant. Next you can take, when a capillary tube is turned, that's why you say tilted, by an angle theta, no change in height. This vertical height remains a constant. In that we have like this. So this is h here. This angle is turned by an angle theta. Let us say L is the length of the tube here. Then again just apply cos theta here. Cos theta is adjacent side. This is perpendicular. Perpendicular opposite hypotenuse agutte h by L. So then h will be is equal to L cos theta. Remember this vertical height take neatly. There is a rise of level of liquid to what height? H. When the same gets tilted by some angle theta, this is turned by an angle theta. So this height remains constant. Rise in the level of liquid remains constant, taking L as length of the inverted tube. Next discussion, last part of the discussion. Now there are two capillary tubes, my dear students. One of radius r and other radius 2r, double. In the first capillary tube, the mass of the liquid that is raised, if it is equal to m, mass of liquid that is raised equal to m, what is the mass of the fluid that is raised in another capillary tube of radius double the first? In first tube, mass of water that is raised is m. For a first tube of radius r. In the same liquid, for second tube, capillary tube of radius double the first, when dipped in the same liquid, what is the mass of fluid that is raised? Do you remember what we studied in the earlier? The downward weight of the fluid is balanced by F cos theta into L or F cos theta. Do you remember this? That is force due to surface tension. The downward weight of the fluid that is equal to F is what? T into L into cos theta. Then again we have written this surface tension as T, where L is length of the circumference of the meniscus, that is 2 pi r. into cos theta. Well, when we started the derivation, we have done this. This is the basic concept what we learned. Here the liquid is constant, water given liquid type of fluid is constant, theta is constant. Say for pure water, theta is equal to 0, assuming that it is a pure water. 2 pi is constant. For a given liquid, T is constant, G is constant. What happens now? Mass is proportional to radius. When mass is proportional to radius, with this, my dear students, what you can write? M dash divided by M equal to R dash divided by R. Therefore, M dash is equal to R dash by R into M. So, whatever the data they give, you can answer. I gave 2R. 2R divided by R into M. RR cancels. What is the mass here? 2M. Suppose in the first tube, the mass is raised by say 5 gram. In the second, you must choose. The answer is 10 gram. With this, my dear students, in all angles, corners, I have solved. The work is left to you. Again, I am telling you, understand the basic concept. If you are strong in the basic concepts, you can extend your arms anywhere, wherever you want. So with this, I complete the fluid mechanics. Thank you. Take care.